इन्वोक द स्मॉलर गॉड्स. जैसे कृष्णा भी क्या नाम है, विवेक नहीं, रामकृष्ण परमहंस, वो गॉड को उन्होंने इन्वोक किया माँ के रूप में, तो वो ईथर में वो माँ दुर्गा बन गई या काली बन गई. तो that form remains in ether, and another devotee now he wants to invoke the same deva, then the goddess Kali comes in his form. But we should actually invoke the highest spirit, highest god, the Ishvara, the creator. And that's what our daily yagna should be, is not to invoke the smaller gods, but to control our senses. And that is what we're offering in the fire, controlling our senses in the fire of our एस्ट्रल फायर जो होती है अपनी, उसमें अपने सेंसेस को कंट्रोल करके एंड देन यू रीच द हायर गोल. सो दैट इज व्हाट इट इज, द मीनिंग ऑफ दिस होल वर्स.
सो अभी जो आप शीला जी आप बोल रहे हो ना, वो आगे आगे जो यज्ञ बताएंगे ना, उसमें और भी मेथड्स हैं, तो उसमें आप देखना कि आपको कौन सा सूट करता है. उसमें प्राणायाम भी आ जाता है, उसमें अभी नेक्स्ट वाले में आएगा कि फ्यू मोर थिंग्स एंड इट विल गेट क्लैरिफाइड.
Thank you.
Get clarified, yeah. Anything else? Anybody? Okay, so what we are going to do is I'll chant the next verse and let's see how much I can do, and then we can always do what we did, do the best, and then we'll do the next time aisa kuch karenge. Okay, so this is verse 26 of chapter 4. Whoever has a Bhagavad Gita, you can chant with me at home. Shrotraadinindriyananye संयमाग्निष्टु जुह्वति शब्दादीन विषयान्. No, sorry, what happened here? शब्दादीन विषयान्य इंद्रियाग्निषु जुह्वति. For the people who know how to chant here, I'm sorry if I made a mistake because this was a difficult one. Okay. So, Shrotra Adini Indriyani, organs of hearing and other senses. So, Shrotra, sunna, कान हमारे. Shrotra Adi, मतलब यहाँ पर है ना थोड़ा मिस्टिकल लैंग्वेज होता है इन श्लोकों में. श्रोत्र आदि मतलब पांचों आ गए, पांचों सेंस ऑर्गन्स आ गए. That's what we have to remember. He's talking about all five. अन्ये, others. संयम अग्निषु, in the fire of restraint. बोलते हैं ना संयम की अग्नि में हमने अपना सेंस ऑर्गन्स को कंट्रोल की अग्नि में संयम को अग्नि बता दिया. बिकॉज संयम, हमारी टीचर बोलती थी कि जो बोलते हैं ना कि तपस्या कर रहा है फलाना, उसका एक्चुअल मीनिंग क्या है? तपस्या से ताप उत्पन्न होता है बिकॉज यू आर गोइंग अगेंस्ट समथिंग. तुम्हारा मन कर रहा है ये करने को, तुम नहीं करना चाहते हो, तो थोड़ा ऐसे हीट उत्पन्न होती है. सो लाइक दैट वो अग्नि बन जाती है. सो दैट्स हाउ यू हैव टू लुक एट इट, संयम की अग्नि. जुह्वति इज टू सैक्रिफाइस. शब्द आदीन विषयान, sense objects such as sound, etc. Remember, etc. means all five sense objects come. जो उसको हिंदी में बोलते हैं इंद्रिय विषय. एक होता है ज्ञानेंद्रिय, हमारी जो पांच, उसमें जो विषय है लाइक आईज का विषय है रंग और रूप, और कान का विषय है साउंड्स, सूंघने का विषय है ऑल द नाइस फ्रेग्रेंसेस. सो दैट्स व्हाट इट मीन्स. ओके, सो जितने भी विषय हैं, सम सेंस ऑब्जेक्ट. अन्य, अदर्स. इंद्रिय अग्निषु, इन द फायर ऑफ सेंसेस. जुह्वति, sacrifice. So what are they trying to tell here, over here? It's a similar idea, but थोड़ा सा इसमें simplify हुआ है अभी. So sense control is the most important thing, they said, because that's how we can purify our mind. When they keep talking about how to purify your mind, sense control becomes important. So here the sadhana is having a self-control, sanyam. Okay, so what are we doing? जो हम चीजें डाल रहे हैं उसमें सेंस ऑब्जेक्ट, उसको हम लोग कंट्रोल कर रहे हैं. बिकॉज अभी हम लोग उतने रेडी नहीं हुए हैं कि कुछ भी आ जाए और हमको फर्क नहीं पड़ने वाला. एंड दैट्स व्हाई वी से कि भाई न्यूज़ जो है ना उसको लिमिटेड क्वांटिटी में मत डालो अपने दिमाग में, बिकॉज सारा टाइम पीपल हु आई हैव सीन हु वॉच न्यूज़ 24 आवर्स, दे आर कंप्लीटली फियरफुल पीपल. दे उनसे बात करो तो लगता है कि पूरा पूरा संसार अभी ब्लो अप हो जाने वाला है, लाइक बिकॉज योर माइंड गॉट सो मच पोल्यूटेड दैट वो बैलेंस ही नहीं रह गया है. सो दैट्स व्हाई ही इज सेइंग दैट जितने भी सेंस ऑब्जेक्ट्स पोर हो रहे हैं सेंस ऑर्गन्स में, उनको तुम कंट्रोल करो. So in the beginning you might even have to turn off certain things जब तक तुम्हारा माइंड एकदम स्ट्रांग नहीं हो जाता है. और हम लोग वैसे भी करते ही हैं. We know that if we don't want to hear something, we just shut it off. These days, so it's so easy to, and then that when somebody is sitting to meditate, that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to shut off all the senses. You cannot shut off hearing, but, and so smelling, but आंखें बंद कर ली, एक ऐसी जगह पर चले गए ज़्यादा डिस्टर्बेंस नहीं है. So that's what they're trying to tell you, that one of the Swamis gave a beautiful example of Ravan and Dashrath. Everybody knows कि रावण को ना 10 सर वाला बताया गया, पर उसके पीछे कारण क्या है? बिकॉज हमारे में 10 इंद्रियां होती हैं. एक 5 है ज्ञानेंद्रिया, 5 है कर्मेंद्रिया, that we have discussed over here. Ravan was a bhogi, right? He wanted to bhogo, I want to enjoy, indulge and all that. उसके as though 10 की 10 इंद्रियां मुख बन गई. Take in. You see from where this word Dashanan came? 10 सर वाला, कितना अच्छी analogy है कि भाई his all indriyas भोग की वजह से you want to constantly keep eating, because eating is not through the mouth only. When you are hearing too much, it's eating through the ears. When you're touching, taste and all that, eating too much for taste, and again it is that indriya that you are overindulging in it. So Ravan एक तरफ हो गया कि दशमुख, एंड दूसरी तरफ है दशरथ. उसकी भी 10 इंद्रियाज हैं, but he is using them as a rath, controlling it to go to a destination of a higher self. Destination to reach a moksha or whatever you want to, for him, any higher goal is good. Moksha is the best, highest one. So that's how the Dasharatha means, वो 10 इंद्रियों की वजह से उनको नाम दिया गया है. That is such a beautiful analogy, because it tells you, it opens up this particular verse. And then another very important scientific fact, the indriyas are the one that are the connection between the outside world and inner world. उस इंद्रियों के बिना वो connection नहीं है. That's why they are like almost like a gatekeepers, कि उसमें से क्या अंदर जा रहा है उस पे तुम कंट्रोल करो. Because इंद्रियों के द्वार से घुसता है सब कुछ संसार अपने अंदर, right? That everybody agrees. It's a scientific fact. We don't need to, say only what Vedanta is saying. No, it is a scientific fact that इंद्रियों के द्वार से. So that's why they are telling you, use it like a yagna, और संयम की आहुति में वो पोर करो, और जो फालतू की चीजें हैं उसको बंद कर दो. That's what basically the message over here that they are giving. And then one of the Swamis also gave a beautiful example. He said कि computer है हमारा. If we don't guard our computer, virus घुस जाता है उसमें, है कि नहीं? तो हमने इंद्रियों को खुला छोड़ दिया जी, जो जिसको आना है आओ. Now he is not talking about a self-realized person. उसको कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ने वाला. कितना भी बुरी चीज में है, his mind is not getting polluted. Our mind will. Just like a virus. He's saying virus कंप्यूटर में आके बैठ के पूजा तो नहीं करेगा, सबसे पहले अच्छी फाइल्स को डिस्ट्रॉय करेगा. So I thought this is a best example, that wrong things come through your senses, it's going to start destroying your mind. So that's why he's telling you to use this as a yagna. And he also said कि sometime कोई चीज अगर गलत चीज घुस जाए ना हमारे दिमाग में, पूरी जिंदगी भर रहती है वो. And whole life you are struggling to get that out. कोई jealousy या कोई anger हो जाता है किसी के साथ, family member. Some people carry their grudge for the rest of their life. They don't talk to their sibling. पता नहीं क्या क्या होता है, that. He's talking about all that. That's polluting your mind. So that's why we need to do this. So that was one. Let's see the time. One part of it And the second part of this one is going to be ulta. Okay, you do feed it, but only good things. So एक तरफ तो कंट्रोल किया, उसको भी यज्ञ बोला, और उसको अच्छी अच्छी चीजें आहुति डालो, तुम रिवर्स कर दिया यज्ञ को कि डालो आहुति मगर अच्छी चीजों की, लाइक ही सेड कि एक सेंस, हम लोग को सेंस ऑर्गन्स मिले हुए हैं, वी हैव टू यूज देम, ट्राई टू कीप देम हेल्दी. हाउ डू यू कीप इट हेल्दी? बाय गिविंग इट गुड खाना. जस्ट लाइक अगर हमको हमारी बॉडी हेल्दी रखनी हो तो हम क्या करते हैं? अच्छा खाना खाते हैं. तो वो स्वामी ने बोला खाने के टाइम पे तो बहुत अच्छे से तुम लोग कंट्रोल करते हो. आजकल तो कैलिफोर्निया में तो बहुत है भाई, वीगन बनो, ये करो वो करो, ईट नट्स. एंड इसे व्हाट अबाउट योर अदर 5 इंद्रिया और 9 इंद्रिया? जी वो जो आता है चलता है. कोई टेलीविजन शो देखो, व्हाई यू डूइंग दैट देन? So he's saying, give it good stuff. And that's why I was thinking about Hare Krishna actually, because this Swami said, प्रसाद के रूप में सब ग्रहण करो. तभी कई लोग खाना बनाते हैं, पहले भगवान को ऑफर करते हैं, then they take it. So वो अच्छा हो गया कि नहीं? फिर वो राग द्वेष में नहीं खाएगा, कुछ नमक भी कम होएगा, he's not gonna start yelling because now it has become a प्रसाद. और इसे फूल भी है, भगवान को चढ़ा के फिर उसको तुम सूंघो, because then फिर तुम्हारे ना हरे कृष्णा में करते थे ना. In the beginning I used to wonder why they are doing it. Now I understand why they are doing it. Because they are trying to feed the senses healthy things, divine things, with the divine thought, so that your thing become healthy. So they in this verse they have taken the yagna from both aspects, control and giving it. Okay, I thought that was quite very, very amazing that the way they did. So you guys think about this. It's already 1 o'clock and we will read it next time. Anybody has any question, comment?
I have one question. You control senses. Only the mind controls senses. Senses cannot corrupt the mind. Because mind is always in control. Senses will do whatever the mind tells them to do.
In a way, you are right. This is what they are saying. Controlling at the sense level means, literally shutting off that for a while.
But only through mind you can shut it off. Otherwise, you can't.
Yeah, you can say that. The reason they are saying, because some people, they said कि वो लोग दूसरे माइंड पे बहुत ध्यान दे रहे हैं लेकिन सेंस कंट्रोल नहीं कर रहे हैं, और सेंस के थ्रू सब कुछ आता जा रहा है और पोल्यूट करता जा रहा है माइंड को. तो वो what you're saying, I'm not denying it, but he's just saying कि दोनों तरफ से करो. Basically that's what is the message is. इस माइंड पे भी करो, इस तरफ से करो. एनिमी को दोनों तरफ से घेर लो तुम, तो उसको कोई रास्ता ही नहीं रहेगा. बिकॉज समझो मेरा माइंड कहता है कि अरे मैं तो अभी बहुत स्ट्रांग बन गई हूँ एंड आई कैन वॉच दिस शो एंड ऑल दैट, एंड देन आफ्टर आई वॉच द शो आई गेट वेरी डिस्टर्ब्ड एंड माई माइंड स्टार्ट्स गेटिंग. तो फिर मैंने सेंस कंट्रोल किया होता तो फिर मेरे को ये करना, आई वुड हैव बीन बेटर ऑफ. That's why they are talking about एक गेट कीपर है सेंस ऑर्गन्स. उसको तुम गेट कीपर की तरह यूज करो. कौन अंदर जा रहा है कौन नहीं जा रहा है उधर से भी करो. अगर किसी ने माइंड से कर लिया ना अनिल जी, तब तो बहुत बड़ी बात है. ओके, एंड इट्स गोना कम इन द नेक्स्ट वर्ड्स नाउ दैट तुम ज्ञान से करो, दैट इज द बेस्ट. और वो क्या ये एग्जाम्पल दिया, इससे समझ में आ जाएगा कि मेरे को ना किसी पे गुस्सा आया समझो, मुझे लगा कि मैं इसको एक झापड़ लगाऊं जोर से, राइट. आई एम अ सिविलाइज्ड पर्सन, तो मैं लगाऊंगी तो नहीं, राइट. तो मैंने कंट्रोल कर लिया, वो सेंस कंट्रोल हो गया. माई हैंड्स आर इचिंग बट आई एम नॉट डूइंग इट, दैट्स इज सेंस कंट्रोल. दूसरा वाला होगा मैंने उसको नॉलेज से किया कंट्रोल. आई सेड दिस इज नॉट उसका भी कुछ प्रॉब्लम होगा, आई एम मोर कंपैशनेट टुवर्ड्स हिम एंड ऑल दैट. तो मेरे में ख्याल भी नहीं आएगा उसको थप्पड़ मारने का. दैट इज फ्रॉम अ हायर लेवल. So he's saying,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just saying कि तो ये जो बता रहे हैं थोड़ा lower level में है, but if you have already reached a higher level, then it's okay. You don't need to worry about it. They are just telling these different things for all different levels of people. In the beginning we have to do sense control, eventually we'll have to sublimate it कि भाई वो आए नहीं हमारे मन में ध्यान कि भाई किसी को थप्पड़ भी मारना चाहिए, you know. So that's how I hope that
Dhamma, isn't it?
Shama and Dama, yes, it is another
That's
way
what
of
it is.
yes, Shama and Dama, like जो हम लोग ने किया था ना different sadhanas,
Yes.
षट संपत्ति शमा दमा,
Yes.
और उसमें जो योग सूत्र है उसमें यम नियम उसमें सब आ
यम,
जाता है.
okay.
या और संयम का मतलब भी उन्होंने ऐसे ही बताया है. संयम मीन्स सम्यक यम. यम मीन्स डिसिप्लिन और सम मीन्स अच्छा वाला डिसिप्लिन, बैलेंस डिसिप्लिन. इसके लिए उन्होंने बोला कि बैलेंस रखो. ये नहीं कि जो लोग एकदम ही डिनाई कर देते हैं, अरे मैं ये तो खाऊंगी ही नहीं, ओ मैंने तो ये मीठा छोड़ ही दिया, डायबिटीज नहीं भी है तो भी मीठा छोड़ ही दिया. यू डोंट नीड टू डू दैट. व्हाई डोंट यू जस्ट कीप इट बैलेंस्ड. बहुत नहीं खाओ और थोड़ा सा खाओ और बैलेंस खाओ. So it is no problem in keeping it. That's why Krishna Bhagwan in 6th chapter is going to say, जो बिल्कुल नहीं सोता है वो भी प्रॉब्लम है, जो ज़्यादा सोता है वो भी प्रॉब्लम है, जो बिल्कुल नहीं खाता है वो भी प्रॉब्लम है, जो ज़्यादा खाता है उसको बैलेंस खाओ. You know, so शमा दमा में भी वही सब आ जाता है. You know, true.
I mean, I was just thinking of like eating meat. The ones who don't eat meat, you know, doesn't bother if I go to a shop or anything. It's there, yes.
Yes.
But I don't even think of it.
Right.
At this point.
Right. Correct.
You know, whoever doesn't eat, they don't even think of it. Yes, it's there for people, but then there's no control because you're out. That doesn't bother you.
Yeah, if you can bring that stage, that's the best. But all he's telling you, people who are at a lower level, you can still start your journey by doing this, and then eventually, whatever Meena ji and Anil ji are saying, that's what we need to do, is do it by knowledge, and then it will वो ख्याल ही चला जाएगा.
Right.
Yeah, true. So whoever has a book can read and come now that we discussed. That's another way we can kind of go a little deeper into it. So shall I close the Bhagavad Gita class here? सर्वधर्मान् परित्यज्य मामेकं शरणं व्रज अहं त्वा सर्वपापेभ्यः मोक्षयिष्यामि मा शुचः. हरिः ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः. हरिः ओम. ओम सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः. ओम शांति शांति शांतिः. हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः. हरि ओम. Okay, so we are at verse 8 of Valli 2. If anybody needs help in getting to the page, you can help each other out.
It's page 85 in my book.
Yeah.
So let's see, what was the previous one so that we remember. Oh yeah, previous one was that आश्चर्य वाला था, right? कि भाई it is a big wonder. अगर किसी को पहली बात तो कोई सुन ही नहीं पाएगा ब्रह्म विद्या, फिर सुनेगा तो उस पे उसको समझेगा नहीं. तो अगर कोई ऐसा मिल जाए गुरु, और गुरु भी हमने देखा कि श्रोत्रिय और ब्रह्मनिष्ठ होना चाहिए, ना पर्सन हु इज वेल वर्स्ड इन शास्त्रास एंड हु इज एक्सपीरियंस. गुरु वैसा मिल गया और चेला उससे भी बढ़ के, बड़ी आश्चर्य की बात है. यू नो दैट काइंड ऑफ थिंग वी डिस्कस्ड. सो and just to remind you that, you know, just few one or two other points so that we have it correctly in our head. We have a talking, उसके पहले श्रेयस और प्रेयस था. तो जो श्रेयस है, that's a mark of moksha. Prayas is avidya, or basically, you know, the people who don't believe in the higher self, then वो संसार में उलझे रहते हैं. And Tejomayi Anand ji is very funny. He said कि अगर जो श्रेयस के मार्ग पे चलना शुरू करते हैं ना, eventually यमराज जी उसकी फाइल डिलीट कर देते हैं. That means he doesn't have to come. संसार में चक्कर लगाने के लिए उसको नहीं आना पड़ता है. तो that was so funny the way he said it. So So he's basically, why they are doing this, Tejomayan ji explained. कि वो सीधा क्यों नहीं जा रहे हैं ब्रह्म विद्या की तरफ, बिकॉज वो हमको इसकी वैल्यू समझाने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं. अगर हमको पता होगा कि इसकी क्या वैल्यू है तब हम उसमें ज़्यादा ध्यान देंगे. नहीं तो लाइक समटाइम्स वी डू दैट आफ्टर बोलते हैं ना कि पूरी रामायण पढ़ने के बाद सीता कौन है, राइट? तो पूरी भगवत गीता पढ़ने के बाद भगवान कौन है, उसका टॉपिक ही भगवान था बट कुछ खोपड़ी में घुसा ही नहीं, इसका मतलब. So basically, it's a topic that we have to slowly purify our mind, then it sinks in, because it's not such an easy thing to answer. He's telling you the power, the rarity of this Brahma Vidya, and the fact that we are listening. He wants us to give it a good value to it. That's why he's doing it. And also, while explaining us these different things in few verses, more are going to come about that. We get prepared also. Our mind gets purified. So it's by telling all these points, our minds are getting more and more purified. There's a reason that he's doing that, taking so much time. So in this verse, he's going to say, he says a very kind of interesting thing. A kind of almost a statement when you hear, say, he said this. He said that if this knowledge is taught by a person of inferior quality, you're not going to get it. So, teacher को भी inferior quality का बनाया. So, inferior quality का इस context में कौन है जो who may have studied the shastras and he can explain the shastra, but उसको personal experience नहीं हुआ है. So, उससे क्या होगा, and we discussed it कि खाली तर्क से, मतलब खाली लॉजिक से ये टॉपिक समझ में नहीं आ सकता. That's why when we ask too many logical questions, it can only take you to a certain point and will bomb it. Because this is a very subtle thing and the truth can be explained in many different ways. So if one person says one logic, another one can come and refute it. So that's why it is only the person who has experienced it is capable of transmitting this knowledge. And that's why I told you that our teacher our Chinmaya Mission always insists that go back to the Shastras, or take the commentaries of realized souls and then discuss it. Because if we start discussing on our own, we make some dharana, it will be wrong. And we can go in a wrong tangent. So that's why he's telling you, and यहाँ पर जो inferior quality उन्होंने बोला is from that perspective. Let me do the verse. And maybe it'll open up some words and all that. Na narena varen prokta esha suvigneyo bahuta chintyamana. Ananya prokte gati ratra nasti aniyana yata karma anu pramanat. Na is not, narena by man, avrena with inferior intellect. Prokta is instructed, the person who is saying it. Eshaha, this, means the self. Suvigneya, easy to be known. Bahuda, in various ways. So basically, all these words together mean कि जो inferior quality का है उसका नहीं, उससे आगे नहीं बढ़ सकता. लेकिन अगर जो दूसरा है, जो अच्छी क्वालिटी का कौन है, जिसको एक्सपीरियंस है, फिर वो you understand it. Okay? Chintyamanaha, to be thought of. And the to be thought of is coming in the context, जो हमने बोला ना, logic से, it can be thought of as many different ways. And that's why, remember, in Vedanta, they use contradictory language, right? And sometimes we say, people who are not initiated into the, different aspects of Vedanta in the beginning, they will find it very idiotic. Oh, एक तरफ तो तुम ये कह रहे हो, now you're saying this, how can it be? Like we say, Brahman के बारे में. It is the farthest and it is the closest. That's how they explain it, right? So the person says, how can you say that? So then the example is so beautiful. They say, okay, space ko le lo tum. How will you describe space? It is the farthest and the closest. Because closest means it is within, through me, the space. And you look at the sky, usko ant ही नहीं दिखाई दे रहा है. Farthest हो गया कि नहीं? See what I'm saying? So even in the worldly things, sometimes we have to use contradictory language. That's why sometimes when I ask a question to my husband, he will never say straight. He will say yes and no. So I said, huh? And then he will tell me both sides of it. So now after reading Vedanta, I don't get upset when he says yes and no. Okay, I'll listen to you, what you say. It's very important. So this is what he's talking about. All these words, that's what it means. Ananya is not by other, or superior person. The language is little just like that. Prokta is when taught. So there are two different kinds of gurus he's talking about. One is a superior guru and one is an inferior guru. Superior is the one who has both the qualities, Brahmanishta, his experience, and his Shastra mein. He knows about Shastra. Gati is goal. Now these three words, Ananya, Prokte, Gati, Ratra, it is going to be explained. This is the main crux of this thing, and it's going to be explained 4 different ways by Shankaracharya. It's a little complicated, this one, but I'll do my best. Okay. Gati is goal. Atra is here. Na asti, there is not. Aniyana is subtler. So even when it comes to Atma, some people say it is as small as an atom. And somebody will say, no, it is subtler than the atom. But the fact is, everybody agrees it's the subtlest. Abhi kya cheez subtlest hai, wo tum socho. But it is the subtlest, He, atakramya, verily not to be argued. Anu pramanat, then the subtlest. Basically, he's saying कि logic or argumentation से ये नहीं समझ में आ सकता. Because that's what he's trying to tell you is the argumentation se nahi samajh mein aa sakta. And the main thing is this thing that he's talked about, that Ananya Prokte Gati Ratra. I'll try to explain that. I told you there are many different ways. तो इसका मतलब ये बताया है कि अगर कोई ऐसा गुरु हो जिसको एक्सपीरियंस हुआ हो और जो कम्युनिकेशन में he can use the shastras and all to communicate, ऐसा गुरु मिल जाए तो फिर तुम पार चले जाओगे, तुमको वो गोल मिल जाएगा और या तुम इस संसार में वापस नहीं आओगे and you will also realize Brahman. But of course one condition is that कि वो शिष्य को भी तैयार होना चाहिए. पर हमारा शिष्य, ये वाला शिष्य तो बहुत तैयार है. अभी तो उसको बोलने वाले हैं नेक्स्ट 1-2 वर्ष के बाद कि यू आर बेटर देन मी. मतलब imagine like Tejo Mehanji was saying, the magnanimity of the teacher. He's admitting that, hey, you came as my student, but you are better than me. When I was at your stage, I was not like this, So anyway, coming back to this own verse, and in the let's see what it says. Yeah, those are the main things about it. That, the 2 different kinds of teachers, and if it is a good teacher, you will get it. And all your doubts will get cleared and you will get the moksha. And the reason is that you need that other kind of teacher is because this is the subtlest thing and it cannot be learned by arguments. Those are the main points of this. Any question? Okay, who would like to read? Sheila ji?
I start.
Haan.
This self, when taught by a man of inferior intellect, is not easy to be known, as it is to be thought of a various ways. But when it is taught by another superior preceptor, who is one with Brahman, who holds no difference, there is no doubt concerning it. The self being subtler than the subtlest, and is not to be obtained by arguing.
Okay, so I covered all those points. And जो वो ब्रह्मनिष्ठ जिसको बोला है ना, he doesn't see any difference between him and the Brahman. वो उस स्टेज में पहुंच गया जो ब्रह्मा अर्पणम ब्रह्म हवि ही जो हमने किया, that he sees no difference. ऐसा कोई गुरु मिल जाए, then you get this subject.
Much of the explanation already given under the last stanza must throw enough light upon this mantra. For purposes of emphasis, Lord Death is here voicing forth the very idea suggested in the earlier stanza. We have already found that neither mere book knowledge nor book learning nor mere experience can be complete qualification for a perfect guru to serve the one at large. And when a man of knowledge and experience explains the Shruti mantra, the disciple, if he is perfectly conditioned, gain the complete knowledge
instantaneously. So he's saying, this is what he's saying, कि अगर एक ग्रेट गुरु जिसके साथ ये सारी क्वालिफिकेशन जो हमने बताया वो आ जाए और एक शिष्य आ जाए सामने जो who is like perfectly conditioned, means उसने जो वो शम दम सब कुछ कर लिया उसने, वो जो 4 चीजें हमने बोली थी ना, विवेक वैराग्य षट संपत्ति मुमुक्षुत्वम, उस पे कूट के भरा हुआ है, इंस्टेंटेनियसली उसको मिल जाएगा ये. जैसे ही गुरु ने मुंह खोला बोला सेंटेंस पर. एंड दिस हैज हैपेंड इन द हिस्ट्री बिटवीन अष्टावक्र एंड जनक महाराज. That when Janak, Ashtavakra is a great guru, and Janak Maharaj, there is a very famous story that he got a dream that somebody conquered his thing, and then wo bhikari ban gaya, and then he didn't have food to eat, and then when he woke up he got really scared and he said, wo sach tha ya ye sach tha, and he kept thinking about it, and then when Ashtavakra came and he asked, and Ashtavakra ne jab unko gyan diya to unko एकदम से मिल गया ज्ञान. And when we were doing Ashtavakra Gita one time and in Houston, and it was Tejo Menon ji was explaining, he's saying कि इसमें गुरु और चेला, कौन गुरु है कौन चेला ये नहीं पता चल रहा है. उनके जो क्वेश्चन आंसर चल रहे थे इतने उड़ते जा रहे थे हाई लेवल के ऊपर, और गुरु भी एकदम गदगद हो गया कि उसको क्या शिष्य मिला है जी. I mean, it's like जब उनका शास्त्र जो भी हो रहा था डिस्कशन, that's the kind of caliber they are talking about over here, which is just हम लोग सोच के खुश हो जाते हैं देखने के लिए. So
should I start?
Yeah.
In this mantra, the word Ananya Prokte and Gati has been explained by Shankaracharya to hint at 4 different meanings.
So I told you कि Ananya Prokte Gati Ratra. So basically इसका क्या, Gati is a goal. Ananya Prokte means the higher, जो दूसरा वाला टीचर है, जो हायर क्वालिटी का टीचर है, वो जब आ जाए तो सब कुछ मिल जाता है, पर उसका एक्सप्लेनेशन 4 डिफरेंट पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से बताया गया. आगे पढ़िए.
If the Atman is taught by a preceptor who is free from the notion of duality and has thus become one with the absolute, the student shall have no doubts in the explanation.
So he's saying, if the Atman is taught by a preceptor, is a person who's teaching now, guru over here, who is free from notion of duality. उसको duality वो है ही नहीं, मतलब हाईएस्ट पे पहुंच गया है, and he has become one with जैसे बोला उसके साथ क्या बोलना चाहिए, समा गया है उसमें, the wave has become the ocean now, ऐसा गुरु बताएगा तो फिर स्टूडेंट को कोई डाउट नहीं होगा उसके एक्सप्लेनेशन में. और I tell you, there is a very famous story and everybody will relate to it, and different people have told this story differently. उसका जिस्ट यही है कि कोई एक माँ आई अपने गांधी जी के पास और बोली कि मेरा बच्चा ना ये मीठा नहीं छोड़ रहा है और समथिंग, सो इसको समझाओ, इट्स टू मच ऑफ इट. सो गांधी जी बोला अभी नहीं, 1 हफ्ते के बाद आना. सो आई कुड नॉट अंडरस्टैंड कि क्यों. 1 हफ्ते के बाद आया, देन गांधी जी ने उसको बैठ के समझाया, एंड द बॉय अंडरस्टूड एंड से ओके आई विल नॉट डू इट. तो मदर ने पूछा why did you do that? He's saying मैं भी तो खाता हूँ. First I have to stop. Once I become like this, and that's why you see when people are giving some lectures about something, if they are not doing it, nobody want to listen to them. But if they are living it, then उसका असर बहुत होता है. You know, एक conviction से आदमी बोलता है. And there are a lot of different, because I listen to this NDE programs a lot. People who have crossed over and come back to tell the story, they have not studied the Shastra and all, but उनका explanation इतना genuine होता है ना, because they are telling you from their experience, and when you hear them, it just sinks into you. You have no doubt, because they have experienced it. ऐਵੇਂ ही कोई बोलेगा ना, नहीं समझ में आएगा. That's what everybody agrees, right? If you have experience and you tell, it has a lot more weight on it. That's why it's talking about it like this.
When the Atman, which is none other than the disciple's own self is taught, there can be no more doubt.
So this is also kind of simple. It's your own Atma, and which is none other than the disciple's own self. तो वो दोनों में भी oneness हो गया. He knows that it is the same Atma. अगर उस level से बताया जाए तो फिर he gets it. That's what this.
The word gati may mean passage. Then the meaning would be that when the Atman, not distinct from the self, has been taught, there shall be no more traveling in samsara.
So बोलते हैं ना, वो एक saying है अपने शास्त्रों में, पुनरपि जननम पुनरपि मरणम. It's like this transmigration. So he's saying that once you that transmigration will stop. That's another meaning, because when you say gati is like a passage, so you keep coming back again and again, that gati stops. That's what basically he's saying with this knowledge and with the two people coming together.
We may take the word as ananya prokte gati, in which case the interpretation is that when Brahma Vidya is given by one who is himself well established in truth consciousness, there will be no lingering doubts, agati in the bosom of the student.
So he's saying that अगर ब्रह्म विद्या ऐसे person दे रहा है who himself is best established in the truth, तो there will be no non-comprehension, agati ही मतलब फिर there is no doubt that he will get it. उसको वो गलत फहमी नहीं होएगी. I think that's the best word I can come up with, in non-comprehension. Because हम लोग को क्या होता है, जब हम लोग संसार देखते हैं तो हम लोग we have a non-comprehension, then we have a miscomprehension, they call it. And go back to the snake and the rope example. If there is a rope lying on the street and because of it's dark, I see it as a snake, तो मैंने वो rope नहीं देखी तो मुझे snake दिखाई दिखने लगा, right? तो वो इस एग्जाम्पल में है कि अगर वो उसको सही गुरु मिल गया और उसने उसमें प्रकाश डाल दिया ज्ञान का, तो उसको रोप फटाफट दिखाई दे जाएगी, उसको रोप दिखेगी. That's what he's telling me. Example say, I think maybe it gets more clear, because sometimes all these words you don't understand. He will definitely get the right thing. That's what he's saying. So 4 different ways में that small little thing you can imagine, 4 different explanation, but all are leading to the same thing, and the conclusion is the person gets it. That's the conclusion. He got it.
There are critics who try to prove that Shankara is here giving his own interpretation upon the text. According to them, an ananya pravokte gati nasti means a simple and direct translation, not taught by another. There is no way thither. It is true that this rendering is simple, but it is naked and horrid. Shakuntala's virgin perfection and the vivacity of her eternal spirit are not in her skeleton, lying crumbled and burnt on her funeral pyre. there can no more smile and send thrills of love through anyone. Such a direct translation ruins the glorious beauty of her text.
I know this is a very, very poetic way. All he's saying is that some people criticize कि शंकराचार्य जी ने एक छोटे से को चार different दे दिया वगैरह वगैरह. They criticize it, but he's saying अगर वो नहीं करते तो it would have been just taken a very simple translation. उसमें वो हमारे depth में नहीं जाता है हमारे. So वो 4 देने से अब हमको अच्छे से समझ में आ गया. Otherwise it's just like a skeleton. It doesn't give any joy. उसमें life डाल दी उन्होंने. That's the जो example दिया ना, that you एक skeleton लो और एक जीती जागती कन्या को लो, difference है कि नहीं उसमें. So that's what he's saying. उन्होंने इस words में जान डाल दी by giving 4 different explanations. Okay, last paragraph.
The above different interpretations are taken here in such detail only with a view introducing you all into the laborious but ultra intelligent way in which Shankaracharya and other commentators have approached this sacred Bible of our religion before they have concluded and established the truth of these mantras. The potency of intelligence, the quietude of mind, the serenity of tempo, sincerity, faith, and devotion, which these masterminds could bring to play upon their work while they were at their desk, bear something of a model of extra genuineness that we individually or in teams can never hope to gather and apply in our meditations upon these mantras. In short, it would be a compliment to our own intelligence if we were to accept Sri Shankara's conclusion in toto. It is with the idea of mind that we have today gone into such lengthy discussion upon the 4 interpretations given by Shankara to two insignificant phrases.
So basically all he's trying to tell here is such long sentences, right? He's trying to say that we should take Shankaracharya ji's explanation, try to understand it, hamara hi fayda hoega. You know, he's just saying that because people who are at his caliber, जिस स्टेट से वो हमको ये समझाते हैं, it's a very, very high state. We are not capable of analyzing like that, he's saying. So they have done it, you know, like they have used this, some very nice thing. Quietude of mind, serenity of tempo, sincerity, faith and devotion, with which these masterminds have brought. Because we may not have all these qualities. So if they are saying this, we should take it very seriously, try to understand. Because if we are accepting it, he's saying, we are giving compliment to our own intelligence. You know, because I have a feeling that when Swamiji was writing this commentary, there were a lot of opposition about Shankaracharya ji's commentary. Because I know that some of the Western philosophers were trying to shred it. Because, you know, Vedant ko samajhna itna aasan nahi hai. And then somehow, oh, this is just a mumbo jumbo, what are they saying and all. So then you are yourself a loser. That's what he's saying, that we have to pay a lot of attention to great people's commentary, because then only we'll understand these small, simple looking verses. Okay, so this is it. And we will stop here. But anybody has any question about this, comment, or want to add anything for this verse? Everybody okay?
Yes.
All right. So we can close the class. There were both the sides were a little heavy. हाँ बोलिए अनिल जी.
Thank you everybody.
Oh.
मैं तो अभी प्री नर्सरी में हूँ.
Oh, this is my friend over here, Gulshan ji. I think आपका वो video on नहीं है. So
Video. So I didn't play around with anything. In between it happened.
Okay.
So I was just listening.
Yeah, welcome to the class. And these are, so you are welcome to join. And I also, we recorded and I put it on there.
Okay.
But
Thank you.
welcome. I'm going to close the class with the prayer.
For the next one now. तो मैं अभी कच्ची क्लास में हूँ.
कोई बात
तो-
नहीं.
आप तो कॉलेज ग्रेजुएट हो चुके.
नहीं ऐसी कोई बात नहीं. हम सब साथ में मिलके, this whole idea of this class is that we are all together learning. So, everybody, yeah.
And I believe in that learning and putting everything in practical, whether it's one line or 2 lines. So putting in the practical life.
Yes, true. That's the most important thing.
Very
Yes.
good thing,
Thank
that
you.
doing the practice, like that. So thank you, and then we will talk again.
Yes, sure. Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Om sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramaya, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschit dukha bhag bhavet. Hari Om Shri Guru Pyo Namaha. Hari Om.